Hi guys, welcome to Your Earthy Black Girl. This is your host Sanaa, also known as Your Earthy Black Girl. And as you can see, we are back in my room because it's winter break. So I was like, you know what, I might as well record an episode. And I'm not going to talk about too much about New Year's resolutions, but I definitely want to be more consistent in 2026. And I feel like I was relatively consistent in this first year of my podcast. My first year anniversary is pretty much coming up, if not already past 1 year of having this podcast. And I think I've learned a lot and I've been able to be relatively consistent. Obviously, college kind of threw a wrench in things, but now that I'm adjusted, I'm definitely going to be able to be more consistent if I just like make it a routine. But I'm also, like I said, I don't force myself to talk about something if I don't have anything to talk about. You guys are not seeing my face because I want to give you guys like organic feelings, organic things that come up. Because again, if I feel like something pops into my head, that makes me feel like, I don't know, there's just like some divine orchestrations happening. But today I wanted to talk about how I feel like life is very cyclical, meaning that you are going to go through the same things over and over and over again until you learn them. And at first, I had a different episode idea, but it wasn't making sense. So I might try to rework that one and make it make a little bit more sense. But for right now, that's what I want to talk about. And this came to me because I was like, the same thing that I'm learning now, like from this life lesson, this heartbreak or whatever, is the same thing I learned last time. It's the same thing I learned last time. It's the same thing I learned last time. Like it keeps happening to me over and over and over again. Like, why do I keep getting put in these situations? Why does this keep happening to me? Why do I keep coming back to the same exact, very, very core lesson? Because it can be like a very broad lesson, like, don't forgive a liar, don't forgive a cheater, or it can go down to a very, very core lesson, which is like, respect yourself or don't sacrifice your boundaries or things like that. And I feel like the reason that you might find yourself like, why do I keep being with these men? Because I hate the term like you attract what you are. Like I refuse to blame people for like things coming into their lives for the reason that they're like, and they're the reason that these things are coming into their life. I don't necessarily believe that you are attracting what you are and things come into your life because you just are not are deserving of it, but I just don't like the idea that it's your fault that these things are coming into your life. But I do think that you kind of maintain what you are or like things like that. Like I feel like anybody can come into anybody's life, but that doesn't mean that that person is going to stay in your life. Like a person who has such high self-respect, carried themselves so well, would never take no nonsense. Obviously, they can have a person enter their life that would be very, very disrespectful, try to like play them, all those things. That person can come into anybody's life. That person can enter their life, but that the person that holds themselves highly and all these things, they're not going to allow this person to stay in their life. So that's what I mean. Like you can attract or like but you don't necessarily have to maintain. Like it's not really about attracting what you are. It's just about kind of getting rid of it once it's in your life. And that is the part that is responsible on you. And so that kind of brought me to my point. Like I was like, why do these things like keep leading back to the exact same lesson every single time? And I had to realize like it's not necessarily because there's something wrong with the person I am that keeps telling these people, hey, go mess with her, go mess with her. Like she's easy. She gonna go for that. Like it's not that. It's the fact that when these people get into my life, I allow them to keep doing the things that they're doing. And that is the reason that I keep learning the exact same lesson over and over again, which might be exhausting, but at least you're not having to learn 50,000 different lessons. Like it's very personalized to you. I feel like you're going to go through the exact same thing in this lifetime. It's just different people, different fonts until you understand like the lesson until you grasp it. And that doesn't mean that you're not going to go through it again. You're not going to meet somebody exactly like that. All it means is that when you meet that new person that's the exact same lesson, because you're going to be tested over and over again, it's just you're going to pass the test that time. Like for me, the overarching theme that I can think of between like every person that I've ever like gotten my heart broken by or whatever, it's people pleasing. Like if you look at the root of it, it's all me being a people pleaser. And that looks like so many different things that a lot of people don't consider until they actually just like hack away at the situation. They're like, me sacrificing my boundaries and allow this person to walk all over me. That's an element of people pleasing in that. So I just, I feel like a lot of people, they get too wrapped up into like, oh, the reason that I keep going through the situation is because I am not worthy and I'm attracting these people. But it's not necessarily that. It's the universe is going to keep sending you people to test whether you're healed, kind of like it's going to keep testing whether you have learned this lesson, whether you are apt to handle this in your lifetime. And it's going to keep testing you with that. And then one of these times, one of these times, you're hopefully going to pass the test. But I mean, I haven't been passing it yet. But this time for real, I'm done. But you're going to eventually, it's supposed to get easier and easier and easier until you pass it, and then you just move on to the next life lesson, which I feel like that's what life is all about. Like you're learning these lessons, you're going through life, yeah, you're going through life, you're learning these lessons. And when you learn the lessons, sometimes it takes people one time to learn a lesson, it takes one time for them to be hurt, and then they've moved on and they learn for next time. But people like me, I feel like a lot of people, it takes you a couple times to learn it, a couple different people, a couple different ways, until it finally clicks that everything is connected. These all kind of are there to teach you the exact same thing. And you're going to keep going through that pain and that heartbreak until you learn that lesson and learn to put yourself first in whatever way that looks like. But that's all I have for you guys. Make sure you choose love, spread love, and be love. And I'll see you guys next week. Well, not next week, but next time. Bye bye.